This episode is brought to you by T-Mobile. The Uncarrier.
Can you believe it? Oh my goodness. John, I don't know why you didn't do that announcement just now live since you're here.
I'm just that good.
I have one announcement. I just want to take a moment to thank our Screen Junkies Plus members. Because of them, we're able to do this amazing thing. So if any of you are Screen Junkies Plus members in the audience, thank you. If you're not, what the hell are you waiting for? If you want to enjoy nearly 20 weekly original shows and hours of live content, join right now at ScreenJunkies.com/plus, and if you use offer code SJCentral16, you will get 50% off the annual membership. It's the best deal we offer all year.
Half off, Hal.
That's crazy.
You guys better do it.
Man, cannot believe it. So, you guys, we are here, Screen Junkies Central, the very first year we are doing this. You guys are vanguards. I want to ask Andy, right off the bat, when you conceived and created Honest Trailers years ago, you knew this exact thing was going to happen, right?
Impossible. It's like, I remember even when Dan joined and we went to Comic-Con, we'd always have the hotel that's like 30 miles away. We were lucky to get maybe one celebrity to talk to us. The fact that now we have these fans and this amazing event and this, it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
I'm beyond words, and I'm so grateful to all the fans because we're doing this for them. Like, we have so much fun stuff planned over these next 2 days with all these people hosting some amazing panels. I can't wait.
Yeah, I mean, I think the biggest sign of our success, you mentioned it, we used to be like in the next county. Now we're a couple of blocks away.
Yeah, I got a hotel right next door, Hal.
Yeah,
it's
that's
crazy.
Awesome. That's amazing. Dan, how do you feel about being here, being stopped and recognized by people? Dan, you are a Comic-Con celebrity.
But I was telling you how, remember, it used to be that people recognize you, and you, because you're such a nice guy, you would say, like, this is Dan, he edits all the Honest Trailers. And everyone would go, anyway. So this is amazing.
Now they're like, Hal, hey, Dan!
The first year we came here, you hugged someone on the street because they were the only person that recognized you the entire time you were here.
Yep.
Now, this is amazing. And
Thank you.
with Andy, I can't believe this is
By the way, that person I hugged is now my wife. I'm kidding.
We actually shared a breakfast at the same hotel about 100 miles away from you.
Yeah, right? And John Bailey, you spend Comic-Con weekend going up and whispering in people's ears, I'm John Bailey.
I got to where I have to wear one of those Ryan Reynolds masks. No.
That shoot, the epic voice shoot, was one of the worst shoots ever. Do you remember that? Not because, John was a trooper.
It was the hardware.
Oh my God, we were so mad at each other and tired, and the thing wasn't working, but it ended up being an amazing thing.
They kept feeding me lines that were like 100 minutes long, and people running by me like, I can't say it that fast.
Joe, have you been to Comic-Con before?
I've been to Comic-Con before, but I think Roth and I are the new kids at Screen Junkies, so this is huge. This is awesome. So psyched to be here.
Yeah, Roth, tell us about your past Comic-Con experience and what you're looking forward to.
I have had such a wide variety of Comic-Con experiences, from being at that hotel with 15 different strangers that you met on Twitter 10 million miles away and waiting in line for Hall H for overnight for things, to doing live streams and interviews. But now I am so excited about this, a live audience. This is amazing. I've never done anything like this at Comic-Con, and it's going to be awesome. But I will say one thing that I'm secretly hoping happens during the con is that Kurt Russell shows up for Guardians. Because if that man shows up for Guardians, I'm going to go kidnap him. I'm going to bring him here to you for all of us to enjoy together.
And then we can enjoy that and then see Roth get led away in handcuffs.
As long as we're streaming.
Yeah, as long as we got that live. Alicia, how many Comic-Cons have you been to?
This is my 6th Comic-Con.
Wow.
Yeah, so I've been covering it for so long, and I think a lot of people might be shocked at that because they know me as more as the indie kind of person. But I love Comic-Con. I love being in San Diego during Comic-Con because there's so much energy from everyone. All the fans are so excited. I love seeing the cosplay. I don't understand any of the characters, but I like it.
And when you say you don't understand the characters, you don't understand people who want to dress up in this heat.
I just don't understand the references, but they look cool. They
Gotcha.
look cool. I just couldn't do it.
Gotcha. So let's talk about this year's Comic-Con 2016. What are some of the things we're looking forward to? There are a lot of panels. There are a lot of things. that are in the offing. Let's talk about some of the biggies. We got Marvel and DC, Warner Brothers, MCU. They're going to have some big panels. Are we expecting any big news from either of them?
I think they'll bring out the Justice League. That's my bet.
Yeah.
They'll bring them out and then they'll like have them on stage together for the first time. That's my guess.
Maybe a Green Lantern?
Maybe?
Maybe.
That'd be,
We're gonna get
I mean,
last year.
definitely the Wonder Woman cast.
what's that?
Will Aquaman still be holding his breath on?
The panel. I think every year Marvel and DC talk a big talk about maybe breaking up with Comic-Con this year. Every year seems to be the year where they're like, we're kind of ending this relationship, and then they keep bringing big stuff in. So I'm excited to see what they do.
Yeah, maybe we'll get some, thinking new Doctor Strange, maybe some new Wonder Woman footage.
Well, Guardians, James Gunn's admitted it. I'm really excited. I hope they sneak some footage, which it sounds like he's going to do.
I'm gonna go the long shot and say they're both gonna come out and say they're shutting it down.
Yeah, the whole.
No more.
No more comic
No more comic book movies.
They're gonna
The industry is dead.
You know what?
Kevin Feige's come out on stage and go, we're done, and drop the mic, and people just sit there and cry for an hour.
We're going to do westerns now.
Yeah, exactly.
They all moved to Alaska.
That's a bit of a long shot,
Well, I
Dan.
like to take chances, Hal.
That's what I love about you. Always, you live life on the edge, on the very edge, by the seat of your pants. One of my favorite movies of all time. I remember when I was a kid, one of the seminal action sci-fi films of my youth, Aliens. Aliens is having, yeah, right? You got Ripley, you got the Xenomorphs, a great film. Oh, one of the great quotes, game over, man, I love Aliens, 30th anniversary. How do we feel about that?
It makes me feel really old, but I'm so excited to see all the cast back together again.
Yeah.
It's one of the movies that I really love. It's such a great mix, like you were saying, of genres.
I'm such a James Cameron fan, and I believe I think you're gonna meet him, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm gonna get to, that went loud. I'm gonna get to hang with the cast and Mr. Cameron, so I'll try and kidnap them,
Yes.
bring
We're
them
working on
over
it.
too. But yeah, it's great.
I would never kill you, Alicia, but if it was on the table to
Kurt
kill you,
or
it doesn't
Cameron?
mean it- Cameron.
James Cameron.
No, Kurt Russell or James Cameron? Which one would you kidnap?
You're making me choose?
Yeah. If you had to kidnap
Kurt
one.
Cameron, too.
They're both there. Who do you get
Why would
first?
you do that to me? I just joined your team.
I would say, get away from her, you bitch.
Oh, great quote, great quote. Well, you guys, the Alien 30th anniversary, all of the panels. Our friend Kevin Smith is going to be doing some exciting things.
Yep.
It's going to
He'll be here.
non-stop. Yeah, he's going to be here. We're going to be doing stuff all throughout Comic-Con, so please tune in non-stop. You're going to be hearing from these guys all the time, and I want to thank you for watching. And we have got some more stuff coming up, and yeah, thank you for tuning in.
We're still
We're
going.
still going.
Oh,
straight
I
into
got
This isn't like the YouTube show. We have to
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
but we have special guests waiting in
Here.
the wings.
Oh,
They're
gotcha.
introducing the next part, Hal.
Yeah.
Oh,
We're
excellent.
learning, guys. We're live.
You know what? I just wanted to start drinking early. Not gonna
No,
lie.
we have some epic.
Yeah, when does the party start? But before that, we have some very special guests. It's Disney, the be-all, end-all that created some of the greatest animated films of our lives. They have a new one coming out, Moana, and we are lucky enough to have the writers-directors of the film
And Moana herself.
Moana
boy.
herself.
Yeah.
So, without further
Awkward
ado,
seat change. Let's bring them out.
yeah.
All right, live TV, folks. We'll put them in the middle.
All right, folks.
Here we go. Hal, I'm excited because this movie has The Rock in it.
Yes.
Like
Oh,
how
yeah.
Which these three?
Yeah, we'll do these three.
Um,
And the movie looks so beautiful. I don't know if any of you have had the chance to see the trailer, but the animation is gorgeous, and I'm really excited about the character of Moana.
Yeah.
She just looks like a really cool female character, which Disney's doing a lot of lately, which is great. And I can't wait to hear the stories of how she got cast, because I know they were looking for the voice for a long time, and they auditioned hundreds of people.
oh, we're gonna find out the
Here they
story.
are.
Oh my God, this is such
All
an
right.
honor.
Please welcome.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Ron Clements and John Musker. And
Thank you guys.
Take a seat here.
the voice
meet you.
star of the film, Auli'i Cravalho.
Hi guys. How are you? Take a seat.
Thank you.
So we're really excited to have you guys here. I mean, these two, if you don't know, are animation royalty. I grew up loving Little Mermaid, as you can tell, and Aladdin and many of the others that you've done before, and Hercules. But can you talk about Moana and where this story came from? Because it seems like it's a slightly different thing for Disney to do.
A little bit. The idea actually came from John Musker over here.
About 5 years ago when we finished Princess and the Frog, we were looking for a new movie to develop, and we were first looking for an arena. Where could we set a story that we hadn't done before? And I was intrigued by the South Pacific. Of course, it sounds like you are from the South Pacific.
Yeah, it's
I
close
sensed
by.
that somehow,
Yeah,
close enough.
Australia.
Australia,
yeah, so that's why I'm excited about this.
So we had, but I had never been to like Tahiti and Samoa and Fiji, but I was intrigued by books I had read that were set there and paintings I'd seen that were of that place, seen from a Western perspective. Anyway, I started reading Polynesian mythology, which I hadn't known at all. And there's this great mythic character called Maui, whom the island is named after. He was sort of a superhero of Polynesia, great cultural folk hero, pan-Pacific. He's known throughout the Pacific. He could pull up islands with his magical fish hook. He was a shapeshifter. He was a trickster. And it just seemed like what a great character for animation
like
to develop.
Dwayne Johnson
Sounds like
to
Dwayne
me.
Johnson to me. So we started developing a storyline. I introduced Ron to some of this literature, and we read it, and then developed a storyline that we pitched to our boss, John Lasseter. And he loved the idea of it, but he said, you've got to dig deeper, do research. So we were forced, I tell you, to go to Tahiti and to go to Samoa and to go to Fiji. And we had to take one for the team, and it was brutal.
2.5
I wanted to
weeks.
push that because it seems like that's a requirement for Pixar, right? Like,
It is. It
it
grows
is.
out of
John-
John's obsession. Any movie that John is involved with, when they did Brave, they went to Scotland. When they did Wreck-It Ralph, they went to an arcade.
When we
But,
did, we did
Like,
Princess.
how much can you expense? Like, how many trips will they let you have?
Yeah,
try to get away with
Princess
as many
and the
as we
Frog.
can.
We went to New Orleans 3
Wow.
times, big trips.
We did. We got to ride in a float in the Mardi Gras. It
We've
was
had
fabulous.
several trips to the South Pacific.
I have a question for Auli'i. How did you get involved with the project? How did you come to be the voice of, I guess, a Disney princess?
It's amazing being the voice of such an amazing heroine.
Yeah.
I initially didn't audition for the part. If you've watched my audition, that was actually something that I wasn't expecting. I wasn't expecting to audition for her, but through something my friends and I put together, I auditioned for something else, something totally separate. And the woman who was going through those auditions was also the casting director for Disney on Oahu. So I was able to try out for Moana, and the rest is history, really.
But I love there's a video that's online that, well, the moment when you found out that you were going to be cast. And these two kind of played a trick
Right,
on
we
you,
were very
right?
mean, and
Yes.
we did a callback. She was
Why
actually in
not?
Hawaii, and we were Skyping with her, and we said, we just wanted to have you try a few things. Could you improv a few things and act like you're really happy? And no, you got to act like you're happier. And we said, well, pretend as if we told you you got the part, and try and channel that a little bit. And then she
And
said,
if
well,
they
guess
didn't
what?
give me the part, like, what would that say?
Yeah.
Like, just act like it.
And she did great, so we gave her the part.
She was so convincing, we gave her the part. No, actually, she was, we knew going in that she had the part. She sang beautifully. Her personality, our character was fearless and headstrong and smart, and Auli'i is all those things, and she has tremendous appeal that, and sings beautifully. She does sing in the movie, and we could have her sing for you now, but we won't.
Well, The Rock sings too, right?
The Rock
He
sings.
does, and he was really excited about he has a song that Lin-Manuel Miranda wrote especially.
Oh, wow, from
for
Hamilton.
him.
Yeah.
Hamilton, Lin-Manuel.
And Dwayne was like, I can't wait to sing this song. He tweeted all about it, and he did great. I think people will be very impressed, as did Auli'i, a wonderful singer. She has actually several songs. She sings several times in the movie, and
I
Dwayne has
do.
a big number.
If you don't like my voice, I'm really sorry, but you're gonna have to kind of deal with it.
I can't wait to hear it. Now, you guys, I have to control myself to not fan out because you are animation royalty, and you just so many films that I love. John, you had mentioned how strong this character is and some of the cool qualities. I feel like female characters and animation are really evolving and becoming so much stronger. Could you speak to that at all?
I mean, they are, and we, we did The Little Mermaid, we did Aladdin, we did Jasmine, each of our heroines, at the time we were making it, I think we were trying to take Disney heroines to a new place. Even with Ariel, we felt like she kind of, pushed back against her father in a way that I don't think Cinderella necessarily would have. And but certainly with Moana, I think this is a coming-of-age story for her. It's a hero's journey. It's an adventure story. She is, can I say this word in this room? Badass? I'm sorry, but she is. Okay, she is that. And she is a take charge heroine. And really, I think she does literally take Disney heroines to a place that no other heroine has. And Auli'i's been a big part of that.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
There's a lot of adventure in this movie. There are a lot of monsters, and she faces them with great fearlessness and just a lot of the qualities that Auli'i has.
Yeah, there's an aspect of this movie that's a bit True Grit-like in that The Rock is kind of a reluctant participant in the quest that Moana/Auli'i is on. So Moana really has to be strong to get him to cooperate. He's kind of he has to be dragged into this somewhat. So it's really fun. Their dynamic between the two of them is really the heart of the movie.
And Auli'i, I know often with animation you don't actually get to work with the cast in the same room. Did you get a chance to do something with The Rock, with Dwayne?
Not yet. Not yet, but...
She's recorded many times on different coasts than The Rock, but we're going to get them together. I think it's in like 2 weeks or 3 weeks.
I have a date now.
You didn't hear it from me.
I just said soon.
Mom's the word. Don't tell her.
You weren't supposed to bring that up, but okay.
No, he's such a great guy. And what kind of qualities does he bring to Maui? Not just his size, but because his voice is so distinctive.
Well, he was really very interested in being in this movie because his roots are Samoan. He comes from that area, and he really wanted to do something to kind of recognize that. And he is certainly bigger than life, and in terms of playing this demigod who has all these superpowers, who has a magical fishhook that he can pull up islands with, he really embodies that totally.
And it's been great because actually Dwayne's great with improv. We write, the script is written, but we encourage our actors, including Auli'i, to kind of play with the script as they're recording, and he did that, and he did a great job, and a lot of his great kind of comic little asides and ad-libs are in the movie.
That's fantastic. And back to Auli'i. When your friends found out about this, what's the reaction in school? You are the star of a Disney movie. Talk about that.
Okay, so I didn't exactly get to break the news to my friends before they saw it on TV and the news.
Okay.
So I didn't really have to break the news necessarily because they all believed me when I came back to school saying, hey, I'm Moana. And everyone's been really supportive. It's been a lot of fun recording, and yeah, I have the best friends in the world.
And how has this whole ride been? Comic-Con, is this your first time here?
It is. I've been to the one in Honolulu, but this one is a little bigger. Okay,
Yeah.
no biggie.
The one in Honolulu is kind of like a postage stamp, I think, next to this.
We're impressive.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Good. But I'm used to, walking the floor, kind of waiting in line, sitting down, and it's different being up here. I'll say that.
And John and Ron, have you been to a lot of Comic-Cons?
Yes,
We have. Yes, we have.
Yes.
We are certified Comic-Con nerds. Yes.
Excellent.
Jack Kirby.
Join the club, or we'll join your club. How have you seen Comic-Con evolve and change over the years?
Well, I think the first Comic-Con I was at was maybe the late 70s, I think, possibly.
Sheldorf,
at a
did this
hotel, and nothing but comic books, and pretty much just geeky guys like us. That was kind of the audience. It has changed, obviously, hugely in that time.
I think I was here the year that Star Wars, I think 77, when Charles Lippincott, the guy who was promoting it, came and spoke a little bit. And I do remember a guy in the audience, we used to always talk about this later because, he said, how dare you compare a parsec when it's a unit of speed and not of time, or something. I don't know, it was the sort of quintessential fan comment, and I was like, I was there for that, wow.
Oh no, the Kessel Run!
Yeah, it was like that, yeah.
I wasn't even a twinkle in my mother's eye.
I am such a fan of all your work, but particularly, obviously, Aladdin, Little Mermaid, and Hercules.
Yep.
But you guys started with the 2D, sort of hand-drawn animation. You then experimented some at Treasure Planet.
Right.
And now you're full on into the computer. I'm just curious, how do you feel now with the comparison?
Well, this movie...
You tried even again with Princess and the Frog, which
We did, yeah. It was
so
hand-drawn
great
film,
for you,
yeah,
did
hand-drawn
that.
film.
This movie really lends itself to digital animation. The Pacific Ocean is a character in the movie, and bringing that to life and with the textures and the colors and really trying to create the beauty of the South Pacific, I think, and the textures and the colors, it really lends itself. We do have a sort of nod to hand-drawn animation in the movie.
Yes, Eric Goldberg, who animated the genie, the great animator, genius Eric Goldberg, he's animating in our movie, hand-drawn animation. The character of Maui is covered in tattoos, but this being animation, we thought, what if the tattoos move and come to life? So Eric is animating particularly this mini Maui, kind of an alter ego that The Rock has on his chest, who he has arguments with and talks with and kibitzes with and kvetches with, and so Eric is doing that animation. It's literally being mapped not just on his skin, but under his skin. So it really looks like a tattoo that's subsurface, and it looks amazing what they've been doing. But Eric, and so a lot of our CG animators are working with Eric because they do the CG body that Eric's animation is mapped on. So he's an idol to a lot of those guys. So I get to work with Eric Goldberg. It's like, working with Olivier or Robert De Niro or something. It's great, yeah.
We made a joke in the Honest Trailer, particularly with that, because we thought, wow, that guy must have had the worst job having to animate Robin Williams, because there's so much movement.
Yes, Eric Goldberg did Robin Williams, and
So good.
it was an inspiration to all of us what Robin did.
You've given us so many memories, and I can't wait to have new memories created by Moana. Thank you so much for coming out and joining us.
Thank you. Thanks. Good luck.
John Musker, Ron Clements, Auli'i Cravalho. Give them a big round of applause. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
Oh, an honor to meet you. Thank you.
That's it, Hal.
Your hugs?
We'll be back, though, with more in a little
Oh,
bit.
that is it for now. We will be back with more. Thanks for watching.
We're keeping going. Hello.
Oh,
Thank
we're
you
going to
so
keep
much.
going.
Thank you so much.
Again, I can't wait to start drinking.
Are they here? Are they here? Oh, sorry, they're here. So we're going to keep going.
Oh,
Okay.
great.
Let's keep moving.
Great.
Hal's stepping out, and Roth's going to. Will you introduce Roth while I step away?
Yes.
Bye, everybody. I'll be back.
Woo!
Please welcome back to the stage Roth Cornet.
Hi. So we're really excited because we have the cast of one of the scariest looking movies this year called Lights Out. I don't know if you guys have seen the trailer, but the trailer alone terrifies me. Roth has seen the film. You're still alive, you survived?
Barely.
Yeah. It's a scary film. Tell us about the basic premise of the movie.
Ooh, I don't want to give anything away, but the basic premise is this. There is an entity, and when you turn the lights out, you see her, but when they turn them back on, she disappears. And so it becomes a trick. See your imagination, although that's cleared up pretty quickly. And I think the cast is actually coming out right now.
Yeah. Okay. Please welcome from Lights Out, Gabriel Bateman, Bello. Hello. Woo. We got Teresa Palmer. Hey, Teresa. Hey. Welcome, Teresa Palmer. Hi. And Alexander DiPerisa. Hey, how's it going? Now we'll have to share the mics a little bit in this live situation, and just watch while my accent probably gets stronger while I'm talking to Teresa. I'll just be like, yeah, g'day, mate, fully by the end.
We exposed poor Alicia today to the short film that this one was based on, and she's been a scaredy cat. And that short film is legitimately terrifying. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but you should check it out. And I wanted to talk about how much the entity, Diana, changed from that short film to the feature, and what you think that brought to the film.
Well, I think the entity, when it's in the dark, which is when we don't really see it, is very similar to what it is in the short film. It's a silhouette. It's there. As Alicia, our actress who played Diana, brought this character to life, it got a little bit creepier and crawlier and physical as it moved, because we just saw this still shadow in the short film. And that's how it grew. It became more of a character than just like a thing. She embodied it. She embodied this whole thing, which makes it a lot scarier than you can imagine.
And we do think it's an iconic character that people will be dressed here next year as Diana.
100%.
She's a very scary creature, and in real life, she's like the sweetest supermodel ever.
And she has a great name.
Yeah.
She does Alicia. Yeah, great name. Speaking of Alicia, because this is played by an actress and not, like you're saying, a CGI character, does that make it easier as actors to be able to get into that mode of being terrified? Was she scary?
Yeah, it is easier to actually have something physical in front of you to look at rather than look at a piece of tape that you're supposed to be terrified of. So it did help a lot because she would do all the moves and the scratching on the floor and the creepy tics that she had.
Oh, so creepy.
There's also an element in this. I mean, it's playing with primal fears of what we think is lurking in the dark, but particularly for your character, Maria, it's playing with this fear of madness and loss of control, and it becomes almost like a metaphor, right? Like this darkness entering your life and taking it over. It was harrowing to watch. What was it like for you to portray that madness?
It was pretty incredible. I am fortunate enough to have the gift of bipolar disease. And so for the first time, I was able to give an honest portrayal in a movie about what that looks like and what that is, and how that shadow self in the darkness can
Fixing the mic over here.
can take over. I feel like it was a real gift. I got to play that.
Well, I've heard you describe this as, if you took away the horror, this would actually be a family drama about mental illness. Can you tell me, as an actress, to be able to play that, is kind of a gift or something really unique about this film that you don't often get the chance?
Yeah, for sure. I think most of our lives are like this, and little bumps, and it's fun, especially watching a horror movie. People's adrenaline just shoots through the roof, right? I think that's why so many people love this genre, that you get to feel things through these characters and through this entity that you wouldn't really feel in real life.
A great shared experience to see it in a theater as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it's fun to see how everyone else reacts, like from screaming to laughing to crying.
Yeah, there's a lot of laughs too in this film. It's good. He's the funny guy in this film. He's the comic relief. We need him.
I think you get a break. You get to relax for a second, and which is the best part about this. You get a laugh, and you sit back in your seat, and then we come back and just scare the bejesus out of you, which is the best part about it. It's not just all scares all the time. You chill, you laugh, and then there's a lot of people get scared, they giggle a little bit. There are those scenes where people are lurking down the hallway and everyone in the theater is like,
yeah, my favorite is the scream and then everyone laughs straight away. Like, oh no,
Try and calm down a little bit, it's amazing.
Yeah.
And like apologies about that mic situation, but one of the I'm a horror fan, I love horror, and I thought this was legitimately scary, which is hard to do if you're a horror fan. What I liked is that there was
there you go.
Hello.
Yay, now we can hear you.
I'm sorry about that. I was saying amazing things. You should trust that. It was hilarious. So one of the things that I thought was really cool was that there was this visceral, raw violence to her that you don't really see a lot in ghost stories. I think that really sets this a bit apart. I wondered what the choreography was like with some of the sequences with Diana.
I know they did a lot of tests with her and just really worked on her physicality, and they wanted her to be fast, really, really fast. And she is. I mean, in the blink of the eye, she's right next to you. And I found that so terrifying, because even when you're acting those scenes, they wouldn't tell you when she was going to touch you or grab you. You would just be facing away from her, and at some point she's going to get you. And it is so horrifying. I mean, literally, I'm like, is it now? Is it now? Oh my God. Oh. And she was just a fantastic performer. Alicia, the girl who played her, she's trained as a stunt woman. Now she's doing a little bit of acting, but she was also a professional ballet dancer, and she just has this amazing ability to contort her body in a frightening way that I don't think we've seen in film before.
And you've worked with her before as well?
Yeah, she was my stunt double and I'm number 4. We'd go to the gym together, we had this workout routine.
And now you're like, get away from me.
Yeah, now I'm like, we won't be going to the gym together actually anymore.
So scary.
It sounds really scary. I have a question for Gabriel. Gabriel, how old are you? 11. So, as you were making this movie, did you ever go home and say, Mom, it's too scary, I want to quit this job? Because if I was 10 or 11 years old making a movie like this, I'm out. I couldn't take it.
No,
nightmares.
I didn't while I was filming, but afterwards, I could see Diana a little every time I turned it off. lights. So I was like, oh, Alicia,
That's
are you there?
So, wait, so Gabriel, you're basically saying this job scarred you for life.
More of like scarred me for a week, but pretty close.
Wow, you're a strong-willed kid. You know what?
I have to say that Gabriel is probably the most mature of all of us, especially compared to Alexander.
It's very, very
Right?
true.
He's the least scared.
Alexander's the least mature.
Definitely.
Or the most scared.
This poor scaredy cat over here. He is the only one of us who's really terrified of the dark. He's still like, I sleep with the lights on.
Well, tell me, because I heard a story that something kind of spooky happened to the house that you were filming in after you were shooting. Can you tell me about that?
You guys, hopefully you'll see the movie, and there's this amazing sequence in the basement. And as Tez has said a few times, the basement's kind of a character in itself in the film. And a lot of terrifying stuff goes on in the basement. There's these really creepy mannequins. There's just a lot of... It was a part of the film that I wasn't part of, so when I first saw the movie, I was terrified of the basement scenes. And about a week and a half or 2 weeks after we finished filming, a friend of mine called me, and he was like, hey, I think that house you shot in is on the news right now. And I turned the news on, and it was like an 8-alarm fire, and the basement had gone up in flames, and smoke was just billowing out of this house. And so we haunted the house.
The production left, but Diana stayed.
Yeah.
Sorry,
we did
folks.
it.
Oh, man. I feel like every single person either has a ghost encounter or knows someone that did. Oh, do we have a story?
Pass me the mic.
Okay, tell us. Hit us with one. See if you can terrify me, which would be easy.
I don't know if I can really, but here we go. There was a girl who came over to my house. I used to have these little mum dates with, the mums and the babies, and she was like, oh, just so you know, someone was watching us today. And I was like, oh, who? And she was like, oh, it's just this male entity, but don't worry, he's not in the whole house. He's just in your bedroom. I was like, oh, well, thank you so much for that. Like, I'm just going to ignore that piece of information. And then someone else mentioned that they felt that there was an energy in my house. So then one night I was telling my husband, who is the biggest skeptic ever, I swear to God, I feel something now. Maybe he's watching us. And then my husband's like, there's no such thing as ghosts. Literally the horror movie moment. And 30 seconds later, we hear this scraping sound. Oh. And we look up. We're just staring through the dark, at our bedroom, and we have this huge big mirror on the wall, and it starts sliding slowly down the wall, just like, no. And then all of a sudden it smashes on the ground into thousands of pieces. And I was so angry at my husband. I was like, you made the ghost angry! You made him angry! And then the next day, my very skeptical husband had a box full of sage, and he's saging every room in the house. So yeah, that was my experience.
And Teresa started making the ghost coffee in the morning just to be friendly.
Yeah. Now we're buddies.
Teresa are friends.
I do shout outs to him in the morning, what's up, how was your night, everything's cool here, hope everything's all good wherever you are. Yeah, he has great Instagram pics, yeah.
That's terrifying.
That's absolutely terrifying. Has the ghost come back since then?
I hear noises, but I just ignore them, or I'm like, hey, what's up, how's it going today? It's fine. I'm just trying to ignore whatever I hear in the house. I just like to pretend that everything's okay.
Maybe that's who burned the basement.
Yeah. I've been waiting my whole life to see a ghost. Even when I was a little kid, I would wake myself up in the middle of the night to see a ghost. And I still haven't seen one, and it's making me crazy.
We told her she needs to play hard to get a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. You know what? I don't want to have anything to do with ghosts. Whatever.
There's one right there.
A Pokemon or a ghost, one of them.
Apparently there's a haunted hotel here in San Diego.
Oh,
yes.
I've stayed in it.
You stayed there?
Yes. And you also got haunted there, I'm sure.
I know.
I'm very jealous.
I stayed in the room where the woman, the whole story. I purposely got the room to stay in with one of my ex-boyfriends, and he was again a skeptic. But we went on the ghost tour around San Diego, and I swear to God, all the lights went out. And we're like, oh my gosh! And then we just found out that there was a power outage. It was really exciting.
Well, I have a friend who's staying at that hotel right now. I saw him at a party last night, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I felt weird." And then the Coronado, and then you Google, and it's one particular room, and he's staying in that room.
Yes.
And he said there was scraping on the walls, banging on the walls, and then he
Sounds
asked
like a
downstairs.
setup, you guys.
It's real. He said
Maybe
he
it
asked
was
downstairs,
Santa.
and like no one's
Skeptic.
staying there. Oh, and then so he's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna stay there. It's gonna be fun." I'm like, "What are you doing? Get out! It's so scary. I can't do
Get
it."
out. You're being the skeptic. Now you're going to call it in again for the
Yeah,
revenge.
I'm done. If I'm done. I'm gonna get haunted as soon as I get back to the hotel.
Something I like about this movie when it comes to you guys, and it seems like you have this natural connection as we speak as well. I know you didn't get much of a chance to do rehearsals, so how did you, or any chance?
Not at all.
I got cast, I think, about 36 hours before we ended up in with our clothes off.
We met,
in the
we
morning.
met in the makeup trailer. We're like, "Hi, Mom. Hi, daughter." And 5 minutes later, we were working.
Yeah.
Was it just an instant connection then between you guys?
Yeah, it was just, it was really organic. But yeah, at that point, it's like, all right, we just got to act. We've known each other forever. We love each other, but we also hate each other. And, you know.
We also have kids, and I got to go home and take mine to school, and you have to have a two.
Yeah, I had a 2-year-old, yeah.
Teresa and I met in the hallway like 2 minutes before our first scene. So that was fun. I met Alex like
We
days
hung out
before
for a
our
bit. We
first-
hung out for a bit.
Yeah, so that was good.
We were all pals. We were all pals.
was teaching you a lot of stuff about life.
Gabe helped me grow up.
I'm not sure if
I'm a
he's
better
still
man
solid
because
grown,
I'm a
though.
better man because of him. You know.
Still needs a few more lessons.
I have a question about acting in a movie like this. So I'm sure you have to do take after take of being terrified. How hard is it to like, all right, like the fifth take rolls around and you've already screamed your brains out. Is that physically taxing?
This one lost her voice.
For a
correct?
couple of days, right?
3 days. Yeah, I blew out my. Thanks, guys. Thanks. Oh wow. Yeah, I blew out my voice box for a while. But it can be taxing. I mean, certainly like round take 7, I'm like, oh God, I have a headache. I've been crying. I've been sobbing. But you just keep doing it. And I mean, I'm so happy to have the job that I have. And I'm so grateful that I'm like, this isn't that bad. Like, this is pretty cool. But here, I have to say, I was most impressed by Gabe because I felt like his performance is so unwavering. He seems terrified, like, every frame of the movie. I was like, that's real. I don't know how. A lot of kid actors...
But you don't scream most of the time.
Well,
you know, it's more
in the scene
internal.
where I did
Terrified.
scream, Teresa and I had a little bit of a screaming contest in the basement, screaming for our mom.
That's right.
It was like,
He
Mom!
definitely beat me.
I would say that you won.
Oh, God. That's when I blew out my voice box, actually. That's
Yeah.
Are you guys, I assume that you're not a horror fan yet. Are you even allowed to watch this movie?
Yeah, I've seen it twice now.
PG-11.
I've seen it twice now.
You've seen it twice?
Sort of.
Braver
He's been
soul
like
than me.
this.
Well, the
They've
first
all been
time
like this.
the first time the first time I saw about half the screen. The second time I saw about 3 out of 4 quarters.
So you got one more round, you'll see the whole movie. I saw about half too the first time.
Yeah.
Do you guys have a favorite horror movie or something that you think that this, I think it's unlike most horror movies and most ghost stories, but is there anything that you sort of think it's alike?
For me, Silence of the Lambs. I know it's not exactly horror genre.
Jesus, here
Come
we go.
on.
Is that your answer for everything? Silence of the Lambs?
That it's like.
Oh, that it's like. I know. It's you guys.
She's Jodie
it's a lot
Foster,
like
I'm
Silence of the
Hannibal.
Lambs.
It's a whole thing.
I'm the weird guy that works at the mental hospital. That Lights Out is like.
Not really, right?
No, yeah.
It does
I
stand
think
alone
it's very
because,
smooth.
like we said at the beginning, it can you take out the horror aspect. It stands alone as a family film of people going through real life struggles.
Yeah.
I don't know many other horror films like that.
Poltergeist had some family elements in it, but
And the Babadook recently.
The Babadook.
Australian
The Babadook
film.
for sure.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
For
others.
sure.
Such a good movie.
Such a great movie, The Babadook. But this again is something different.
One more time?
Yeah.
Babadook.
There we go. There it is.
I do impression.
I'm impressed. I'm impressed.
The Babadook also, I don't know if you've seen it, but there's kind of a similarity with what's going on with your character too. Not revealing anything,
No
but it's
spoilers.
good. It's a great movie, yeah. What I like too though is that especially I felt like you guys were making smart decisions, whereas so many times in horror movies, I mean, it's part of the fun that you're like, don't go in the basement.
Well, I did
Does
go
go
in
to
the
the basement.
basement.
Other
All
than
the
the
lights went
literally
out.
going in the
But
basement
I was like,
moment, which I did yell at the
But she
screen.
did go to the basement with a logical idea, which
I
was
was like,
to
the
check the
fuse
fuse box.
box.
Yeah.
Even though it's the darkest area in the house, and I'm probably gonna get locked in there and killed by a ghost. But still, it's a good idea.
Yeah. Besides that,
Other than that, one gaping error.
Besides that, though, that was one of my favorite parts about the movie, because in most horror films you'll see they're like, hey, let's go ask that guy with the chainsaw for directions in the middle of the woods.
Yeah, we don't make
But-
silly decisions. It's not campy, right? You want these characters to survive because they don't make silly decisions. You
It
know?
would be funny though if you had a horror movie where like the killer's waiting in the basement and someone's about to go down and their friend's like, you know what? Don't go down there, and then the movie's over.
Yeah.
Just turning the chat. Well, you guys are here in San Diego during Comic-Con. I imagine you guys, I know Teresa, you've been here before. Yeah. What is it like when you're doing your jobs? Is it just kind of a blur of interviews, and do you get much of a chance to meet people? Meet the fans?
Teresa and I have been meeting a lot of Pokemon.
I've met 5.
Yeah, my son
Thank you.
turned me on, and then she got addicted. I mean, it's a whole thing. She
At
got 5
lunchtime, I got addicted.
Still a
I downloaded it
skeptic.
at
Yeah, Alex
lunchtime.
is the only one who doesn't play Pokemon Go here.
I've already captured 5. I feel like that's such an accomplishment. I was like, since lunchtime, that's amazing. Anyway. I thought it was called Squiggly.
yes,
Squiggly
Squiggly
what?
Squirt.
Squiggly.
Trailer and then you
The bird.
Children.
The bird Pokemon.
Children.
I don't know.
I had the pink
I
one.
got the snake one. Well, no, we have had a chance to meet a bunch of people. I mean, obviously we've been doing back-to-back interviews.
Yeah.
But there are so many great fans who are excited about the movie, and then all the different incredible characters dressed up. And he saw an interesting one today.
I saw what I thought was a nude man, but he was wearing a little flap.
Flappy.
Get used to that
I
down
don't
here
know.
at San Diego Comic Con.
I was like Last of the Mohicans.
Who
I
is
don't
that
know
character?
what's
Where's the
going on.
flap?
What movie was he from? I haven't seen that one.
I don't know.
He's a Pokemon.
Yeah.
I think his name is Crazy Man.
Yeah, right. That must be it.
Hey guys, we're getting close to the end, but before we go, we've talked so much about this film, and you've legitimately gotten me excited about seeing it, and a little bit nervous, but if Gabe can do it, I can do it. We have the trailer for Lights Out, and I'd love to take
Sorry,
a look at
guys.
it right now.
Here we have a super fan. You get a Screen Junkies hat.
All right, so let's take a look at the trailer for Lights Out.
Don't turn the light.
Every time I turn off the lights, there's this woman waiting in the shadows.
I see her too. Each one of us is being haunted by this thing.
Mom?
Hey, Martin, what's up? Did we wake you?
What?
A long time ago, I had a friend named Diana. And something really bad happened to her.
Everyone is afraid of the dark. And that's what she feeds on.
Show yourself.
Becca? Are we gonna die?
No, we need to find more light.
Teresa Palmer.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Thank you a lot.
You guys are sleeping with the lights on tonight.
Thanks,
You guys are sleeping with the lights on tonight after watching that show.
Absolutely. Thank you guys so much. Thanks for joining us. Bye.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Oh, that looks too scary, Hal.
Oh my goodness! And that's the thing. It's like, oh, what's scarier than a monster? Not knowing what's in the dark.
Yeah.
Oh,
I know, and how it gets closer, I can't. I'm just terrified. I'm sorry.
frightening. Man. So I think we're getting close to the end here of our first Screen Junkies Central episode. Man, so I want to thank you guys, the audience. Can you give yourselves a big round of applause? When I say Screen Junkies, you say Central. Screen Junkies! Central! Screen Junkies! Central! Yes!
Aussie, Aussie!
Oi, oi, oi!
Sorry, yeah, had to.
All right, you guys, I want to thank you. I want to thank everybody watching on the live stream. Don't forget, you can subscribe to Screen Junkies Plus for half off right now. It's amazing. Thanks for watching. Tune in for the rest of our festivities. Bye-bye.
Thanks again to sponsor T-Mobile. With double the LTE coverage, get your Screen Junkies fix in more places. To watch our previous show, click to the left. And to view everything else from Screen Junkies Central, click to the right.